Good morning, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Nashville. We've got the fabulous Lisa Firestone today.
So many voices, so many distractions. Believe what they say or pause and take action. Who do I trust? What point of view? It's so overwhelming. What do I do? Take the road, let's travel and walk it proud. Gonna think for myself. Think for myself. My heart knows the way, don't need to follow the crowd. Gonna think for myself. Think for myself. Think for myself today. I've gotten lost, feel like I might drown. Gotta find my footing on solid ground. All I need's been here all along. If I trust in that, I can't go wrong. Take the road, let's travel and walk it proud. Gotta think for myself. Think for myself. My heart knows the way, don't need to follow the crowd. Gotta think for myself. Think for myself. Think for myself today. Beneath the urgency, my direction is clear. There's freedom from distraction, anger and fear. Take time to breathe, take time to be still. Let go of the static and all's revealed. Tune out the chaos, tune out the noise. Wisdom whispers in the quiet voice. Take the road, let's travel and walk it proud. Gotta think for myself. Think for myself. My heart knows the way, don't need to follow the crowd. Think for myself. Think for myself. Think for myself today. Thank you, Larry. Thank you.
Good morning. What a beautiful morning it is. And we want to thank Lisa Firestone for that beautiful song to begin our service. My name is Alan Woodard. I'm a practitioner here, and I'm your host this morning. So let me begin by saying it's a pleasure to welcome you to our center, and I'm also welcoming those online. Thank you for joining us this morning. We're very, very blessed and feel very fortunate. So this morning, our talk from Reverend John will be the love frequency. So we're all looking forward to that. We know it'll be a wonderful, wonderful talk this morning. And again, we welcome our guest artist, Lisa Firestone. If you're new here, Center for Spiritual Living is an inclusive, new thought, spiritual community. We believe that we are all individualized expressions of God. We teach the power of our thoughts to create the lives we want. Our mission is to help people live their best lives through a practical spiritual teaching that you can use every day. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. So I'm going to start off with a short quote from Ernest Holmes and then follow it up with a guided meditation. From Ernest Holmes, love is within us. We cannot be destroyed. We can be ignored. To the extent that we abandon love, we will feel it has abandoned us. Denying love is our only problem, and embracing it is the only answer. Through the power of love, we can let go of past history and begin again. Love heals, forgives, and makes whole. And so it is. So I'd like for each of us now to relax. We're going to start with breath. So let's all start with a deep breath, breathing through our nose, holding it for a second, and then releasing it. And feel that relaxation as it starts from the top of our head, down through our neck and through our shoulders. And as we get to our chest, let's breathe again. Let go. I'm going to take one more breath with me. We are here, infinitely safe within each other's presence, cradled by the support of the Divine Spirit. Lovingly accept all the feelings around you. Then let them go. Let them move on without judgment. Say goodbye. And then return to the rhythm of your breathing. Feel how your body reacts to each breath. Up and down. Up and down. Let any thoughts flow through your mind from thought to thought. It's normal. You belong. Let any uneasiness dissipate into the air and get carried away from you. Just focus on the breath going in and out of your body. And to yourself, say with each breath, repeat the phrase, I am whole, perfect, complete. Acknowledge it Release it. And follow again. I am whole, perfect, and complete. Follow the thought along with your breath pattern. Release expectations about how this meditation would go. Just keep bringing your focus back to the fact that you are fine. Feel your diaphragm rise and fall with each passing breath. We are connecting with the eternal divine who provides peace and utter calm. And now we'll take one last breath and slowly open your eyes. Namaste.
I've seen the race you've run, the wondrous soul that you've become, in facing things no one should have to face. I've seen you struggle up each hill on little more than strength of will, until you've reached the very highest place. And you may struggle still with who you are, but to those of us who love you and have looked into your heart, we know you are a miracle, such a miracle that I can touch and see. You are a miracle, a living, breathing miracle. You are a miracle to me. Yes, I know sometimes you doubt that anything you're doing counts, but nothing could be further from the truth. Your good example is enough. You live in grace with joy and love. And for those who say miracles are past, you are living proof. And though I've never seen you turn water into wine, even so, when I look at you, I find that you are a miracle, such a miracle Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Am I on? Can you hear me? Can anybody? Wow, where'd you all come from? Hi, good morning. How are you? It's so good to see you. Yeah, we're talking about tuning in to that love consciousness, that spirit consciousness, that light, that's love that's within today. And when I was working on this, I really wanted to talk about actually two different things. And I thought, well, I can't do that, but I'm going to do that. So we're going to talk about these two different paths. One's very Holmesian, very Ernest Holmes, and the other is more Eastern philosophy. And they don't seem like they go together, but it's interesting to see how they do actually go together. So if I can find my talk, that would be helpful. So our basic... And if you're new here for the first time, I want to welcome you. I'm so glad that you're here. We'll do a little bit of a review of our new thought philosophy and then kind of extend that into this idea of an more Eastern philosophy. So I hope you'll stick around for the whole thing. And our basic belief here is often condensed into this idea of seed, soil, plant. This idea of a divine idea that goes through our consciousness and our soul work that then gets manifested out into the world that actually appears as this life experience that we're having. And Ernest Holmes writes on our first slide, I shared this quote with you, the soul does not argue or deny, but goes to work on the seed and begins to create a plant which will represent the type of manifestation inherent as an idea in the seed. From a cucumber seed, we get cucumbers. From a cabbage seed, we get cabbages. And to me, this is sort of the miracle of our life experience that happens. This is if you're looking for magic in the spiritual studies, this is where the magic is to me. You plant a little apple seed and you get an apple tree, or an acorn and you get this big giant oak tree, right? And when we relate that to our own spiritual journey, what I see happening is we are, in our philosophy and in my experience, we are eternal beings having this human experience. So we are moving through eternity and landing in these different, I want to say gardens where we're planted. So I got planted in this little garden as John. And when that seed gets planted, it can't grow into anything other than John. So wherever I go and however I'm planted, I'm always going to be bringing forward the me that is me. This is to me, the joy of this individualistic expression of spirit. So we are one in the oneness of spirit, and yet individualized as our own unique way of expressing it and being it and living it. And that we carry that forward through all of our incarnations, however that goes. If you're a sort of earthbound, we have reincarnation, we come back again and again, great. I do think that we do have expressions of our life incarnate in some form, somewhere, in some universe, in some way, shape, or form. And we're seeing this showing up more and more in our scientific studies. And so Ernest goes on to say that the law of cause and effect never does it contradict the right seed to be exactly what it really is. So we are always expressing that. And in fact, this is my science of mind. This is the nice one. This is the nice one. I didn't bring the one that I use for like when I'm doing my talks and things because it's all beat up and it's got lots of bookmarks and things in it. And I thought, oh, they're going to think I'm very messy. But I thought I'd bring the nice one today if I can open it. This was a gift from my minister in Chicago when I graduated ministerial school. It's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. And in it, I'm on page 355. Ernest writes, this teaches us a lesson in subjectivity. Thoughts going into the subjective are like seeds. They act through the creative medium of mind and must have within themselves the full power to develop and express. But how could they express unless they were already known to the mind? They could not. So mind must view the thought as already completed in the thing. Every thought sets the fulfillment of its desire in motion in mind, and mind sees the thing as already done. So we're holding this idea in consciousness that comes through our process. We talked about it a couple weeks ago with the teaching symbol. Comes through the process, expresses as this life experience that we're having. But contained within that idea is everything that unfolds from it. So if we're having this human experience and I'm stepping into this life, everything pours forth from that experience. And so we do this as a collective, as each of us are our individual expressions of this love and this light that is expressing into this world of form. And we connect our spiritual idea and truth and beingness with this human experience through our consciousness. And so as our consciousness grows, as in the seed growing the tree, so does our awareness, so does our expanded understanding of life. And so we have another slide. So the first level, I'm calling it the first level. It sounds like there are tiers to this, like there are levels to this, and that's kind of the way I expressed it. It's not as linear as that, right? We already know that. But for the sake of discussion, the sake of understanding, sometimes it's easier to lay it out this way. So first level, comprehension and receptivity. We're starting to understand there's something more going on here than just this thing, right? There's something more happening here. And we're becoming more receptive to, oh, there's another form of energy that's moving in and through me, or this energetic field is a part of me. Even though it's invisible, it's still a part of me. And when we become aware of that, we become aware of that that's moving in and out between us. And like Rosemary's right there, so it's so much fun to just, we know that this energy is moving between us, and this is where we get our compassion and our empathy, right? We're not solo pilots in this. We're interacting and bouncing off each other. And we cultivate that compassion and that empathy. And sometimes that looks like, it can look like frustration. It can come out as bias. It can come out in a lot of ways that we might call the shadow side. But that's sort of the beginnings of it. That's sort of the early stages of it. And as we continue to expand into it, we start to realize, oh, much of that we can let go of, and we can step into that deeper compassion, that deeper empathy. And then the next level, at least for today, and I say for today because this is endless. There is no like cap to this. But we become the wisdom keepers. As we deepen into our understanding of this compassion and this empathy and this connection, wisdom comes forward. We start to understand, oh, okay, this is the wise journey through life. And we become caretakers of this wisdom, to share it in our stories and our songs and in our connections and our friendships and even in our arguments. You know, we're sharing, our wisdom is coming through, and we're starting to really bring that forward in ourselves. So in this process that Ernest Holmes is talking about, we are connecting into, we're tuning into that love frequency, that spirit frequency. And so understanding this process makes it a little easier for us to do that. So we first start by getting rid of, I need more room. Stage. I'm so dramatic. Just if you thought I was not silly, you were wrong. I am very silly. we, we start by clearing the way. We start by clearing the static that's getting in the way so that we can tune in more clearly. And on our next slide, we can start to see some of those ideas of letting go of judgment, right? Instead of locking into that judgment, we recognize it. We have them. That's fine. There's nothing, we don't want to make ourselves wrong. We just kind of let it pass, kind of go, okay, I have this judgment. What else is underneath that? What else, what more could there be here besides just making this black and white judgment? Say a prayerful word for ourselves. So we're caught up in this personality thing. We're caught up in this earth human thing. Just hold this prayerful thought for ourselves. Just go, okay. I am one with spirit. I am actually a spirit having this human experience. I remember that. And sometimes that can help. Just let all the noise start to not be so preponderant in your ears and in your heart. And then we find, I like this, we find something to make us laugh. Laughing can, as we just did, can help really diffuse things, can really bring us back to ourselves, can remind us that maybe it isn't, we don't have to take everything quite so seriously. And that what's really happening here, when we really get down to it, is love. And then we breathe, we use the breath. And using breath is a very powerful process. And I think I'm looking around the room and I know a lot of you have had different spiritual experiences, studied various paths. Almost all of them involve some kind of breath work. And so breathing into that breath, that gift of breath that we have in our physical being connects us so beautifully to spirit. And so if we just breathe and not tighten up and not hold it back, we can really invite in spirit and help clear some of the static that gets in the way of that. And then on our next slide, we talk about tuning in. So we let go of thinking and wanting. That's the personality. We become just open. Like, what is here for me? Become curious. We ask more questions than we make statements. We trust. If it is yours to know, you will know it. Just trust it. And when it's time, we'll know it. You know, sometimes there are things that I remember when I was first starting out in New Thought studies, like any youngster in any kind of teaching, I thought I knew it. Oh yeah, I got this. All right, no problem. Well, the more you learn, I know I love Rosemary's laughter because she knows, the more you learn, the more I learned, the more I realized there's so much more. There's always more. And I learned that all the things that I didn't know, that I thought I knew. And it's just a continual unfolding, this beautiful, I like this word unfolding, because it is kind of like this beautiful gift that we keep unwrapping, and more and more good just keeps pouring out of it. And then we trust. If it is, we talked about trust, we're trusting into that. And then Spirit speaks to us through opportunities and synchronicities. So as we're having this human life, and I'm moving around through it, how do I know that I'm having this connection? How am I hearing the presence of Spirit speaking through me and for me and to me? Is through synchronicities and opportunities. So those synchronicities that happen like, oh, I needed this thing. I was working on a talk recently, and I was like, what am I going to do? And then all of a sudden, somebody had said something to me, just a phrase, that I was like, oh, that's it. That's the talk right there. It's those little synchronicities. Or you're walking through the bookstore and that particular book falls off the bookshelf randomly for some reason. It's like, oh, wait, this is the book I need. Synchronicities that just seem to happen. And then opportunities. These opportunities that just come to you. And you may I've done this, where an opportunity will come and go, oh, that sounds kind of interesting. And then I have to stop, take a breath, look at it again and go, wait a minute, there's something here for me, and to move into that with a little more intention, and to understand that that's actually spirit. Spirit, to me, at least my experience of it, for me, has never been this banging, loud voice, like, the Ten Commandments, when spirit goes, like, rah! I've never had that. It's always a very gentle, subtle thing. And tuning in means getting into the quiet of listening to that gentle voice that's coming through and allowing it to come through. I find this work that Ernest Holmes put together so interesting. He was inspired by so many different philosophies and teachings. When I think about that, I think about how there are many in the room, many online, who have really leaned into more of the Eastern philosophies. And it's hard to see it maybe in the material that I've just read and in some of his text, but it's absolutely present there. So I want to give you a quick little review. Some of you already know this. If you looked at a genealogy chart of New Thought, of like, how did it come to be? Generally speaking, at the top of the chart is going to be Phineas Quimby. And Quimby was this really interesting guy. If you haven't ever read the Quimby's notebooks, it's a great read. It's really fun. And he was inspired by this guy named Franz Mesmer. And Mesmer thought that there was this magnetic fluid, and that was his word, fluid, for some reason. He thought there was this magnetic fluid that was moving through us and between us, and that when that fluid got blocked, that was what was causing illness. And he developed this process for trying to heal that. Well, Quimby became very, very fascinated with this. And he started working with this idea of moving into a trance state, something called mesmerism. He would mesmerize someone to allow them to move into this space of recognizing what was happening in their magnetic field, their energetic field, clear it so that they would have a healing. And he had this guy that he met along the way named Lucius Buchmar. And Lucius was very susceptible to being induced into a trance. Very quick, very easy. And they had kind of like this miracle show that would go on the road, and they would come to like a center like this, and he would put Lucius into his trance state, and Lucius would scan the room and find people and what was exactly wrong with them, whether it was emotional or physical or psychological. And they had quite a positive experience bringing this kind of healing to people. And what Quimby did was, over time, he started to recognize that it wasn't so much the mesmerism that was causing the healing. It was the belief that the people believed that this would heal them. And so he made this connection between belief and experience, or belief and this physical expression. And this was the start of people like Mary Baker Eddy, who founded Christian Science, who was a Christian Scientist, this idea of our thoughts are creating our experience, so our thoughts can change our experience. And then, it went on to Ralph Waldo Emerson, the Transcendentalists, Emma Curtis Hopkins, who was known as the teacher of teachers. She taught the Fillmores, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. She taught Ernest Holmes. And they cultivated this idea of thought affecting reality. And that this was this idea of this energy system that Mesmer started with was expressing itself in this very specific philosophy. And then Ernest Holmes, also encountered somebody that was a big influence on him, which was Thomas Troward. Now, Troward, as a lot of you probably know, he's a little controversial character. If we were really going to look at who he was in life, he was a judge in India when England ruled India. So he was part of that imperial empire kind of stuff. But what he did encounter there were these Eastern philosophies. And this impacted him greatly. And he wrote beautifully about how these philosophies intersect. And Holmes was able to take these ideas that he got from Quimby and Mesmer and Mary Baker Betty and all of those folks, and put them together with some of this Eastern philosophy stuff that Troward was talking about, and Troward really refined it. And one of the things that came through this whole landscape was this idea of chakras. You all have heard of chakras, right? These energy centers. Like I said, this isn't really Holmesian. He's never actually written about chakras, but I think he does in his work talk about energy. He uses slightly different language, well, very different language actually, but I think it's embedded in there. So I think these two very different paths actually come together. The earliest hints of chakras appeared in the Vedic and the Upanishadic teachings. These were described as subtle energy fields that live and are within the body as prana. Maybe you've heard the word prana before. And then later, the tantric traditions refined this into specific energy centers that follow along the spine, right? And then the Theosophical Society and Charles Leadbetter and others really refined it into this 7 chakra system that I think most of us are aware of today, where there are 7 energy centers that represent different aspects of our human beingness and our spiritual beingness. And the idea here, again, is that if something's out of whack in some of these energy centers, it shows up as illness, it can show up as emotional challenges, it can show up as psychological challenges. We've seen this happening. And so the idea of working with chakras is to bring that back into alignment. And what happens is if we have unresolved trauma in our lives, that lives in the body somewhere. This is the idea. This is the theory, that it lives in the body and stays in the body and continues to sort of block that particular energy center that it's related to and shows up as some of these issues that we have. So you might know this. If you've ever known somebody who has said to you, life, it's so hard. Everything goes wrong for me. No matter what I do, everything's going wrong. Or I'm always sick. I don't know why, but I'm always sick. I think those kinds of, that kind of pattern of thinking comes out of unresolved trauma that a lot of us carry. And our work here in our center is to use our spiritual tools to bring balance back in. And that's why we listen, that's why we do our spiritual practices. And I think that what we've learned from both Ernest Holmes and the New Thought teaching, as well as these Eastern philosophies, is this idea of energy goes where energy flows, where attention goes. So if we're putting our attention on negativity, that's where energy goes, and that's what gets expressed. If we put our energy flowing towards positivity, that's what gets expressed. And as Gregory shared last week, sometimes you get into, what did he call it, toxic positivity. That's when we're just trying to cover over something rather than addressing something, right? So if I'm having a financial problem, and all I say is, I'm wealthy, I'm fine, everything's fine, I have money, and that's all I do, and I say, I'm fine, I'm perfect, everything's fine, everything is great, what I'm telling the universe is, everything's great, so nothing needs to change. So we want to do our work first, to call in that deeper expression of love, light, joy, laughter, abundance, wholeness, peace, into those areas where we feel like a greater expression is really needed. Or maybe there's a block of some kind, something's blocking it. So we have to do our work to release that and to invite in that affirming energy, right? So that's why I'm always a little cautious about affirmations. I think they're brilliant. And they aren't a panacea. We can't get away, unfortunately. We have to do our work. We have to face ourselves. We have to look at what is and work our way through it. Let me see, what am I doing for time? Oh, I'm running long. That's okay. So, like I said, I think today what I really wanted to bring to our awareness is this idea of, if you are someone who is passionate about some of these Eastern teachings, and you're encountering this new thought philosophy, that there is a connecting tissue between them. There's connecting threads between them. That new thought was born out of a holistic, deeper understanding of what is all this energy that's happening and how do we affect it. And so by tuning into that energy in whatever process seems to work for you, then we're able to clear it and be more in alignment with our perfect selves, which is always what we're looking for and what we are. And I wanted to say that it's great to build a toolbox with a lot of these different tools in them, so that, today I might do an affirmative prayer, tomorrow I might do a chakra meditation, because that's what feels right for me in that moment. And so we build this toolbox so that as I move through this life experience that brings all kinds of fun things into expression, I have ways of finding my grounding in truth through all of it. So what I'd like to do, if you're open to it, is just invite you into a little chakra exercise. You don't have to. If this isn't your thing, you can kind of just close your eyes and think, what am I going to have for lunch? What am I going to have for lunch? It's fine. It's fine. Say what?
Do you want it?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Thanks, Lisa. I'm like, yeah, I didn't know I could have that. But if this is something that appeals to you, we're going to do it very quickly. There are many, oops, I closed my thing. There are many places you can find this in online, and many teachers that teach it with such beauty and grace. And I just invite you to check those things out. And let me close this. Let me come here. So we're just going to breathe into this now moment. And if I bring your awareness into the ethereal body, this energetic centers that are within the body, and at the root of this is this base chakra, which is our home. It's our physical well-being. It's our security. Just allowing that energy to just flow and spin and move. Anything that feels like it's blocking, just invite it to very easily loosen and release. And the next chakra is the sacral. It's the emotional chakra. Any feelings and this is where we would hold our personality. This is where we would hold our those memories that may be challenging. So just breathing into that and just welcoming it and allowing it to spin freely, and just anything that's blocking, anything that's getting in the way, just inviting it to free itself, to let itself go. And then the solar plex chakra, this is where We hold our energy, right? That understanding of the world is our intelligence. This is like, when we say, well, my gut's telling me, this is our beliefs and our understandings. So anything that's feeling like it's wanting to shift, anything that's wanting to free itself, just letting it go. And again, we're just inviting it to go. And when it's ready to go, it goes. And then, of course, the heart chakra. The heart chakra is where we hold our love. This love that is so incandescent. It is expressing in and through all that is. It is all that we are, really. And so we just allow it to express through our bodies, through our minds, through our emotional system, and out into our auric field so that we're sharing it out with the world, that we're bringing our magnetism, our joy, our charisma, our love, our compassion, our empathy to all around us. And then the throat chakra, this is our sharing of our word. This is our way of communicating, of expressing out into the world all the ideas, all the things that are flowing through us. And so just blessing this, just allowing it to be blessed, whether it's whatever is wanting to be expressed, and just knowing that it is a truly blessed thing. So just releasing any tension, any energy, any blockage in that area of the systems. And then the third eye, which is right in the middle of the forehead, this is the intuition. This is the authentic intuition. This is where spirit and our spirit self and our human self connect and express. And so just breathing in and welcoming in that intuition and just welcoming in those synchronicities and those opportunities. And just saying yes to spirit, saying yes to this beautiful unfolding of light in our lives. And anything that feels like it may be blocking, we just invite it to ease, just to ease away, and float away. And then the crown chakra, which is this soul chakra. This is our life path. This is our soul path, that we are having this eternal experience and having this human life for a reason. We are here on purpose. And so we just breathe into that, and anything that's happening, anything that has happened, anything that will happen in our lives, we just welcome it and know that it is bringing to us a greater awareness of this life experience, this love experience, this God experience, or spirit experience. And so it's just knowing that we are breathing into this, just allowing ourselves to celebrate life, and anything that feels like it needs to be released, we release. And so just taking a breath with all these energy centers activated and cleared and aligned, we move into our Ernest Holmes teaching of affirmative prayer, and recognizing that what is really happening here through all of it is this beautiful prana, this beautiful love, this beautiful alignment of spirit and our human selves. Just recognizing that this love is everywhere and everywhere, continuing and expressing as all that is. It is in and through me as I am one with it, and knowing my oneness, I know and able to see each and every single person as their spiritual truth, their spiritual selves, expressing in their human form. And I celebrate that, and I love that, and I feel so connected to each of you through this. And so from this place, I just say a word of blessing and thanksgiving for all that is, for all the release that's happening, for all the healing that's happening, for all of the alignment that's happening, that as each person holds in mind that area of life where they want to see a greater expression of spirit, they want to see a greater expression of love, of light, of laughter, of joy, of wholeness, of peace. I just know that that area is now blessed, that there is an unfolding that is happening there. There is a new expression of spirit that is happening there, and these circumstances and situations release and are made whole. Welcome home. And I'm so grateful for this. I'm so grateful for the miracles that are happening in this room right here, right now. I'm so grateful for this demonstration of spirit, this demonstration of these philosophies that come together in a powerful way, lift us up and express through us in ways expected and unexpected. Just so grateful for the powerful, powerful presence of this dynamic Spirit in and through us. Just blessing all of CSLN and its continued vitality and abundance. I just know that it is blessed. I know that it is so as I release it into the action of this law of cause and effect, knowing that as we hold these high watch, this high consciousness, it must be made manifest. And so allowing it to be, collectively we affirm it by simply saying, and so it is. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Reverend John. That was a wonderful talk. So this morning, the law of giving and receiving shows us that when we give, we receive even more. So if something has touched you today, there are many ways you can share the love with us, and we are grateful for your offering. So I would like our ushers to come forward, and we want to thank Cynthia and Mary, I think it's Mary Lou, that are here today. They'll be here in just a moment. Mary Isla, thank you. In addition to the baskets being passed, we also have a few other ways that we can accept your gift to the center. To use a credit card, or we have a QR code posted in various places. And if you're watching online, there's a link on your screen. And of course, you can visit our websites. So please say with me, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you for your loving gifts.
Ray, turn her voice on.
I would have to sing really loud, and then you wouldn't want to hear that. Thank you, Reverend John. I want to I can't help but plug a little testimony in for this chakra meditation. It's something, for those of you who know a little bit about my own healing, it was a remarkable thing that I integrated, and it supported me, so I'm feeling a little buzz. Thank you for that. And I want to share, this next song is a new one that I just recently wrote with a few friends, and this, we believe, is the answer to the problems in the world. So we just want to get it out there to our leaders because they need to hear this message. It's called, what is it called?
To live in peace.
Thank you, to live in peace. Easy enough, right? And so I want to send this not just into our community today, but into the world. 5. We all want the same thing, to love and be loved, to trust and be trusted, to all have enough food on the table, a safe place to be, to know that we matter, to see and be seen. We don't speak the same language, we don't look the same, but we all feel pleasure, we all feel pain, we all love our children and want them to be safe, to keep them from harm, whatever it takes. We all long to be free and to be who we in peace, to live in peace. One more. We may not always agree with one another, but you're still my sister. You are my brother. We all breathe the same air under one sun. We just want to be happy when it's all said and done. We all long to be free and to be who we were meant to be. We may walk different roads, but we dream the same dream, to live in peace, to live in peace. Ultimate victories when everyone wins, 'cause peace breaks out before violence begins. No one suffers from hunger or thirst, and talk builds bridges, and children come first. We all long to be free and to be who we were meant to be. We may walk different roads, we dream the same dream, to live in peace, to live in peace, to live in peace, to live in peace, to live in Hey, thank you. Thank you. Should we send that to our leaders?
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Yeah, thank you, Lisa Firestone. I'm so lucky to have you, and thank you, Larry. Thank you so much for everything. It's hard not to love Larry, you know. There's, if you're looking for our announcements, they're in the program, so please check that out. If you are new here for the first time, you're a visitor, if you want to raise your hand, I'll celebrate you. Yay! Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you're new online, say hi in the chat. And we just want you to know that we hope that you had a great experience and that you'll consider making this your spiritual home. You can subscribe to our newsletter and get all the news of things that are happening in and around the center. So, and there's a lot happening, so I hope you'll subscribe. If you're online, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. Today we do have, I'm going to make just a couple of quick little things. We do have a new member class, so if you're interested in becoming a member, that's going to happen at noon, right after service today in the classroom. And next week is right after service will be the annual meeting. So I really encourage you to come and be with us for the annual meeting. We have a lot of information to share. I started sharing it with the leadership circle yesterday, and we want to really make sure everybody's engaged and aware of what's going on. And so, and we'll have fun. It'll be good. It'll be fun. So I hope you come. And so that means that next week I'll be really economical with my talk. So we get right to the end. So it won't be so long. Anyway, if you please don't leave with anything heavy on your heart. I would invite you to seek out one of our practitioners. Practitioners, could you stand? I didn't have you come up earlier. Sorry. I should have done that. So if you don't leave with anything heavy on your heart, if you're seeking prayer, please seek out one of our practitioners. They will hold this prayer for you in a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way. They're amazing. So thank you, practitioners. You can also put in a prayer request. There's a box in the back. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And I think we're ready for our closing affirmation. So I'm going to invite you to say this affirmation with me. Divine abundance is forever manifesting in my affairs. I experience a deeper consciousness of peace and security, for I know that I am in the embrace of a warm, loving presence, forever seeking an outlet through me, and so it is.
All right, let's stand. Let's stand and sing our closer. Here we go. Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. I see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Take a good look around, and you keep looking down. Put a little love in your heart. I'm hoping you decide kindness will be your guide. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. 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 Put a little love, yeah, go, in your heart.
All right. You're so.
This program is a service of the Center for Spiritual Living Nashville. May your life be filled with joy and prosperity in every way. Learn more about our programs or contact one of our practitioners at our website, cslnashville.org. You may also want to follow us on Facebook at CSLNASH. You can make a big difference with your financial gift at lovecsln.com. Please share the link to this program with a friend and join us again next Sunday. Have a wonderful week.